Hello everybody! In this video I'm going to show you how I made those images using Midjourney text to image AI tool. So basically when I use Midjourney, I really like getting stuck on something that just looks great, and if I continue to generate, it's still going to generate the same style over and over, and then I know that I'm on something, especially if I love what I see. So in this case is old Victorian era male and female characters, portraits, as you can see here. It's kind of a more of a painting like, but it does look very realistic. So I'm going to show you a set of image, and I'm going to show you the text that I use. Keep in mind, you can always mix and match and change things to just make something appear different and maybe change the character. I can make, for example, a fat person or a slim person. I can make it wear something, a hat, or I can make add some extra text for jewelry, or again, I can just add whatever I want. And of course, we can go completely crazy. All right, so first of all, let's take a look at the Discord. This is Midjourney bot, which I invited. Oh, actually, this is Midjourney bot itself, the text with the Midjourney bot. After that, I invited it to my server. And take a look at, I describe it as this. This is the early ones. Super creepy, very old Victorian, mental lady with lots of wrinkles and tattoos, looking weird. This is a, I think, typo. And staring, looked like a witch. Epic, cinematic, magnificent detail, hyper realistic, and I wanted 10 by 16 aspect ratio. Now, of course, I changed the words a bit. I moved from the, I didn't want it too creepy because it just turned out to be kind of odd. But I knew I'm onto something when I saw the results. So I tried to refine it a bit. Change. See, for example, with big nose, lots of wrinkles and tattoos. And the more kind of a fine tune, and this is, by the way, as you can see here, this is, see, kind of a skeleton, because I edited half face skeleton. It's actually I wanted to do something else. It didn't work. I need to be more descriptive. But eventually I came up with some really interesting things, and I tried to play with it more. You see, this is not, by the way, sometimes I omit a few words. Let me just scroll a bit down. Again, I'm still with the super creepy because, again, I really like how the results looked. Kind of an old, like, painting, still looks realistic, lots of details. And usually it looks like that because of the very high details of the face and the wrinkles, and of course all the messy hair. And one of the most important things actually is the lots of wrinkles and tattoos and crazy messy hair. This really makes things kind of pop up and appear really interesting, because it's not like very sleek and clean image. It's actually supposed to look like very messy, basically. Look at this image. And of course the tattoo makes it more less, some extra artistic tattoos on the face, sometimes on the body as well, again, which also makes it really unique and interesting. I didn't need to describe the background. Some things you don't need to describe, it just fits the portrait, because it's based on images in the data set that actually fits the portrait, or the type of images that are trying to portray. And I tried first with female, and then I moved to male, and all of them look, each image is kind of the same signature. And then I knew I'm something great because I really like the results. Alright, see here, for example, super creepy, very old Victorian gentleman with big nose, lots of wrinkles and tattoos, crazy messy hair, staring, peak, cinematic, magnificent detail. This, by the way, you can actually drop. Again, I want you to be hyper realistic, cinematic, and again, even if I drop this one, it might work as well. The idea is to put keywords that will tell Midjourney to make it very realistic. And the results are absolutely beautiful. Again, the messy hair just adds something different. Look here, half of the mustache is actually missing. But it gets even better when you use upscale. All the details really come and shine through, and that's why it looks so beautiful when it's upscaled. So you really want to upscale those images to get all those details, fine details, appearing in the image. There are lots of beautiful fine details, and you really enjoy seeing those artistic images when you see them on the large display. Now, if you try to put, for example, lots of wrinkles on a girl, you won't get lots of, well, wrinkles, because in the data set, the girls just have like very smooth face. So it doesn't go well. And it's actually appeared, it's kind of weird when I try to oldify a girl face. It doesn't look right. Except there, looks a bit old. Even then, you see, it's kind of messy. I'm just confusing the algorithm. Right? And this is, if I go with young look, it's not what I want to achieve, basically. It's a huge difference compared to what I did before, and I just stick with old people. Just looks beautiful. All the amazing details. Some of them look a bit odd. As expected, every now and then you come across those. Even if you type something that's supposed to be, well, not that. There's a creepy image creeping in. Here I wrote, for example, a black gentleman with big nose, lots of wrinkles and tattoos. Again, add more descriptive things. Change the image. This is Japanese gentleman, for example. As you can see, it changes, so you can add more descriptive things to change the look. Depends on what you want to achieve. And I've told you, of course, you can go to extreme and, add something really bizarre, like full of piercing, like something like that, I mean, this is not crazy, actually, but you know what I mean. Here I'm adding very old fat Victorian gentleman. So you can see I'm adding fat. It would change and make a character appear, well, fat. And those descriptive keywords allow you to get not exactly, but refine what you actually want to see in the image. You can even add, by the way, hat or funny hat. You will add hats. This is just because of the Victorian era. They have hats, so it adds this in some of the images. But you can just tell Midjourney to add hats. Very, very detailed images. Some of the things are probably we don't want there, and some of the images I actually clean a bit in Photoshop. Some of the eyes can appear very weird. It happens a lot, by the way, not just in this set of images. But if you really like an image, you want to kind of fix it, you can just go in Photoshop and apply some retouching. Although there's something really fun just getting the result as it is and appreciate what Midjourney is actually, AI is actually doing. So again, you can do it yourself. This is running, by the way, version 3, the latest version of Midjourney. Just keep in mind, you can actually change version. You might get something that looks a bit different. And yeah, that's how I did it. So if you just copy paste what I did, those keywords, and of course with aspect ratio, don't forget the //AR 10:16. You can actually change the aspect ratio. Just keep in mind, you can get completely different results if you do it. If you go like with a square or with a wide, of course things will change dramatically. But if you put the same thing as I did, you're not gonna get the same images, of course, but you get something very similar in terms of the art direction that what you see here generated by Midjourney in the image that I saw you. And actually so interesting that it doesn't matter how much I refresh it, it's actually stuck on this particular art style. I don't know if they add more type of images into Midjourney, maybe it should skew it a bit, but right now as it is, as of the time of making this video, if you do it, you get things that are very similar, and most of them will be very similar in the art direction each time you refresh the image. So that's why I got crazy with it. I refreshed and refreshed because I really liked those beautiful portraits. They just were absolutely amazing. So this is why I'm sharing it with you, so you can try it yourself, and you might get some things that looks even more impressive and better than what I did, and you can just go crazy with it. Add some of your own keywords and try to take it to your own artistic direction, just thinking about some things, and hopefully it will stay more or less the same. Keep in mind, if you add a few things, it can skew the results, of course, if you add different tags. Just keep in mind. But again, the base you have and it's up to you to kind of play around with. And all the images that you see here, of course, are generated. This is full-scale images, and you can see the beautiful fine details of these images. It looks absolutely incredible. I was just blown away when I first got these results, and I'm like, wow, this is something that I can generate and continue generating. And I think I spent several hours just toying around with this at that particular day. It was actually, I was so impressed by it. But again, don't forget to add details, preferably at the end of the sentence so it gets less weight, although you can actually weight certain words, by the way. This way, I'm not going to get into it right now, but this way to weight words, but you can actually write it, for example, at the end, and after you describe the person, you can after that, for example, add like earrings, some accessories, for example, to add accessories. If you want to add makeup or heavy makeup or certain makeup with certain colors, whatever you want to add, you can do it, and it should appear as part of the portrait. But playing around again with keywords is the key of getting something very interesting, unique, something you really like and you want to share with others. And some images will just completely blow your mind away. Something you just didn't expect, like this image, by the way, just turned out to be so powerful. So toy around with it, toy around with the keywords and see how it works for you. And yeah, it's super, super fun. And that's about it. So enjoy the rest of the images. I hope you find this one inspiring, and go to Midjourney and have fun. See you in the next one.